short time.
Yeah.
Jake trying to put the prophecy off. So I got that bucket list.
Okay. How the sound on there?
I'm trying to pull it up now.
Shit, it ain't came up in my notifications yet.
That's what I'm waiting on it to come up too.
Okay, there you go. Mic check. Sound good to me. Check mine.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'll give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, again, we out here, the Hebrew Israelites. All right, the branch of Great Millstone here in Dallas, Texas. Out here another week to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great and ultimately the coming of a righteous kingdom. All right, which is going to be established on earth as it is in heaven, the throne of David. All right, under who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, our mediator, our high priest, and our way back to the Father. And through his sacrifice, the death, burial, and resurrection through that blood, we have a chance back, all right, at perfection, a chance to be married back to our power. All right, and through the Holy Spirit, we come out here and do exactly what you see us doing today. Throughout the four corners of the earth, you're seeing the biblical Israelites, the true children of Israel, raise up. And that's according to prophecy. It's not by the will of man, but it's the will of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. The dry bones have been awakened. All right, and with that, we're seeing the downfall of our enemy, the downfall of Babylon the Great. Things are getting chaotic. Things are getting crazy. All right, there's spirits trying to, pull at brothers and sister spirits, to ultimately get us to crash out. But we have to lean on what we have in the form of comfort through the Holy Spirit. All right, Yahushua said, my peace I leave with you. All right, I give not as the world giveth. My peace I leave with you, man. And the peace is in the understanding, being able to actually understand these scriptures. Right. Because for a long time, the understanding wasn't out there. Now we're in a time where the Lord has freely, through the Holy Spirit, all right, sent down the understanding through the Holy Spirit into his men. So we can open these books, these scrolls, and literally break it down, line upon line, precept upon precept. That's a gift. And that's ultimately a priesthood. In times past, our people would have to go to the priest, all right, and then of course the prophets, all right. Well, here it is. That access is back. That was our people's way to the Father, all right, through oracles, man. The Heavenly Father would deal with a man on earth, okay, and that man would then mediate between the Most High and the people to give them the message needed for them to be in good graces with the Most High. And here we are again through the Spirit. So as we can see, all right, Babylon is on its way out. All right, our enemy is losing his mind, getting ready to pretty much, all right, come out swinging.
Esau gonna crash out.
He's getting ready to crash out. He's getting ready to use all of these left-handed technologies as a means to, get the birthright back. All right, but we got to stand firm. The word is doing exactly what the Heavenly Father said it would do to get us the victory, man. So let's get Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Right.
It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Right. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, man. And this is ultimately the men of the Lord, man. Okay, standing in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted us. And who's afflicted us? The powers that be, our own people, our own women. All right, we're standing firm before all of them. Okay, the righteous man will stand in great boldness before the very end. Before any captivity ended, the Heavenly Father sent his prophets to warn our people of what to do and to tell them judgment was coming. All right, as a matter of fact, when you read Revelation, the 14th chapter, the new song is centered around fear Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua, because judgment is coming. Okay, go ahead.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him,
Right.
and made no account of his labors.
Made no account of his labors, man. And they, ultimately the whole nation of Israel here in this kingdom, we're looked at as a no people, right? But ultimately the men of the Lord standing in great boldness, this is the welfare of the world.
That's right.
They account our lives madness. Okay, they think what we're doing is unprofitable, unfruitful, but they don't know they're looking at their future rulers, man. And it's going to be a righteous ruler. It's not going to be a point where you're going to be crying for the left to save you. Then when the right get in, you're going to cry for the right to save you. And this cycle of madness you've underwent here in America, where the people that rule don't rule for the benefit of the people. Ultimately, the people that are in rulership should make sure that the air is clean, the water is clean, the food is healthy, the seeds are righteous, the education is geared towards who people really are and fearing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You don't get that here. What you get is a bunch of confusion. This is why everybody's on the internet this goddamn close to the camera crying. Right?
Within our rulership, there's not going to be any deceit in it.
Right.
You mentioned
No
Revelation, the 14th chapter. There's no guile in the elect's mouth. That's going to continue on in the kingdom.
Right.
With this rulership, you got to question everything that the government tells you.
Right.
That's not going to be the case in the kingdom to come.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Hey, get that great fear fell on them which saw them.
Okay.
After 3 days and a half, real quick. Because people are troubled. And ultimately, they're troubled by this message. Because again, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you. Okay, we're at the point where the powers that be are getting ready to set up scenarios because they just passed a law that they can use their technology to prevent crime.
Yeah.
All right. So the movie Minority Report.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking
Predictive
of.
policing.
Yeah.
Predictive policing.
Yeah.
So your message, the message that you're preaching, could be ultimately harmful, and you could, ultimately one day act on it.
Yeah.
So ultimately, we're not going to be out. We may not be out here before the year's out.
Yeah.
This is why it's high time to awake out of sleep. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 11:11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them.
Right.
And
And that's a gift from the Holy Spirit, man.
Yeah.
The spirit of life from the Most High entered into the dry bones.
Great awakening.
The Great Awakening, man. Starting with Elder Abba Bivens, leading all the way up to our apostles, bishops, and elders. And then in 2007, you had a mass amount of Israelites see the prophets on the internet and wake up, calling themselves Israelites. This is not by chance. Okay, this is divine happening right here. So ultimately, the Heavenly Father would send down the Holy Spirit so that this Bible we've been looking at all our life could actually mean something to the mission we're on, our identity. See?
It's like the righteous version of a sleeper cell.
Right.
We were just in the world bullshitting like everybody else, but the Lord pressed the button
Right.
on his men.
Right. Right. Just like Adam, there was a point where ultimately he was alive, but the Lord then breathed into him the breath of life. Then he became living. See that? We're undergoing that same process. There was a point where Abraham was uncircumcised. All he knew was idols. He heard of the Most High, Yahweh. He heard of the God that flooded the earth, but he wasn't well acquainted with him. There wasn't an intimate relationship, which intimacy is all centered around what? Secrets being revealed.
Right.
People hear intimacy and they automatically think,
Sex.
all right, hitting it from the back and doing it raw. No,
69 guy.
69 guys. It's more to do with revealing secrets, becoming vulnerable, and the Most High, through Yahweh Shah, through the Holy Spirit, revealed himself to our forefathers, and now he's doing it with us. We heard of the God of the Bible, we heard of Noah, the flood, but we didn't apply it to our everyday life. But once the Holy Spirit was sent, we were living. See, we were alive, breathing, but when the Holy Spirit was sent, then we became living.
To them.
Okay?
Yeah. Go ahead. This is Revelation 11:11 again from the top. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Great fear fell on them which saw them. You got an extra gun?
I got
Right.
Yeah.
One of the brothers.
One of the brothers definitely got one. For sure.
Right.
You want me to go check?
Read that again.
Okay, Revelation 11:11.
Maybe walk down there and see.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them, And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
See, they stood up on their feet. All right, and that's the same thing. Get that in Ezekiel 37. And they stood up on their feet. A great, forget how it's worded, but they stood up on their feet, and pretty much it said a great army, but it's a spiritual army, because we don't have no fight in the carnal. Our fight is spiritual. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the pulling down the strongholds, man. Ultimately, all of the pseudoscience and the things that dominate the minds of people are being grinded into powder by this doctrine, man. Lowly men have been set up and given the Holy Spirit to ultimately speak the end into existence, but to confound all of this wicked madness that's going on. Go ahead.
I'm going to start up a verse up from the point. Yep. This is Ezekiel 37:9. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live.
Right, because the Israelites will be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The Great Awakening started here in the Valley of Dry Bones, America. But guess what? Our people are scattered throughout the four winds. So this word will reach to the four winds. The Holy Spirit woke up our brothers, all right, and sisters in various different captivities. Okay, go ahead.
The point is in verse 10, Ezekiel 37:10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them.
Right.
And they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Right, and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great spiritual army, because it's not like we're marching up and down the street chanting. No, right. It's more of a spiritual army. Okay, and this is the front lines right here at this altar, which this is an altar, okay, where a sacrifice is made. Ultimately, through the Holy Spirit, we're able to speak things that are pleasing unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We're able to speak things that lead towards the end.
That's right.
That lead to the kingdom coming, because the kingdom had to be spoken into existence by men on the earth. All right, by pure faith.
That's right.
Faith will be the determining factor. All right, and that's what's pleasing unto the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
Believing the group, a remnant, believing that He can do exactly what the Scripture said He was going to do. Okay, message.
That's right. Warring against spiritual wickedness in high places, man.
Right.
You know,
right.
That is being that army, you know.
Go ahead. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Right.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation.
So great fear fell on them which saw them, because they're amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. Starting with this.
That's right.
This is the beginning of the strangeness of our salvation, the foolishness of preaching. Okay, what's that? Somebody get 1 Corinthians, the first chapter. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching. I believe that it's in 1 Corinthians. But in 1 Corinthians, it does say something similar. All right, but read that again. Read that again.
Oh, okay. It says, this is verse 2. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation, so far beyond all they look for.
Right, and especially when the chariots come, that's clear. Of course they're going to say that. But how much more, right? This is strange to the people.
Right.
You know, and it's like they keep seeing it. You got to think, when we marched on Jericho, okay, the heathen were just watching us go in circles.
Right.
Marching, you know what I'm saying, and singing. You know, then we stopped to do the Passover, stopped to do another holy day. Well, we stopped. There was one point where I think it was doing, I don't know if it was doing a holy day, but we stopped and did the holy day. And the heathen are just looking like, what are these niggas plan on accomplishing by doing this?
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right, but on that seventh day, the walls of Jericho came tumbling down, man. Mm-hmm. And that great angel was right above the Israelites, okay, while they were doing these things, man. And we have that same angel hovering over us today, but it's more of a spiritual thing, man.
Right.
He's not physically here. We can't physically, although we see the chariots, you know, but there was a point where the Lord physically hovered over our forefathers, man, as a covering. Now we have to believe that same type of covering is, even though we can't see it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay? Huh?
Yahushua said, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name,
I'm in the midst of them.
So it's spiritual.
Right. He's dwelling with us, man.
Right.
You got that?
Through the Comforter. Yeah. This is 1 Corinthians 1:18. It says, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness.
Right. This is foolishness. To the world, what we're doing seems as a foolish act. All right. But the Most High, He wanted us to get the kingdom through making a fools of ourselves, basically, and that would be tied to our faith. Okay, go ahead.
It says, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of the Most High.
Right.
And really the point, the better one is in verse 21. You want me to read down or skip?
Whatever you think.
Kind. I'll just keep reading. 1 Corinthians 1:19, it says, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
See, the wisdom of the wise is being confounded. Now you're starting to see the rulers of this world are actually sickos, man. Okay, destroying the animals. Okay, bringing all type of science that doesn't make sense.
Preying on children.
Preying on children. Destroying the ecosystem.
Right.
Okay, wanting to surveil you from the inside of your body. Want you to merge your body with machine. It's foolishness now that we have this wisdom, but the world is still in awe when they see a guy like the gates of hell, Gil Bates. They're like, wow, well, he's rich, nigga. What could you tell me that's better than what this guy has to tell me because he got money?
Right.
But all they do is go around the earth, especially, I mean, here is a big experiment, but you look at what they do amongst certain Hamite regions. What do? They give them juice, they put stuff in their arms, they experiment on them, and the people always end up effed up.
And they do it because if they don't go through those experiments, America will stop giving them aid.
Right.
And the leaders of those countries, they like, damn, well, I got to pad my pockets. So they give their people up as a prey.
And then they incorporate all kind of madness when they go over there. Like, then they give them internet porn. They gave them porn. And they went crazy over there.
They say that was a fake story.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't doubt it.
One of recent, well, that was an indigenous tribe that had never really had
no interaction.
Contact with humans.
Yeah.
And basically they gave them cell phones and they found, porn, and it just ruined them. But who knows?
I mean, it's not far-fetched though.
Right.
They did it to a first world country.
Right.
So hey,
Man.
Right. But they recently over there in Kenya, they gave them birth control that lasts 8 years.
Yeah.
So your womb won't produce. All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
They said initially the leader didn't want to take it.
Right.
So they was gonna stop giving them aid.
Right.
So, yeah.
And see the beast aids these Hamite countries, right? And America, of course, they aid them, but ultimately the leaders sell out. Okay, he derides strongholds, like the scriptures say, man. And this is what he's able to do throughout the four corners of the earth,
destroy
man.
the heart.
And they probably threatened his ass. Okay, so all in these Hamite countries, they're doing biometric scans, getting their DNA on setting them up for the MOTB system, man. You see? Go ahead.
So there's two more verses. 1 Corinthians 1:20, it says, where is the wise? Where is the scribe?
Right.
Where is the disputer of this world?
Right.
Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this
So
world?
people who still disputing for this world.
What's the next verse?
Okay, ultimately,
Okay.
You're foolish, man. What else can you say? Nothing has worked, man. Everything here is a big ball of confusion, man. It destroys the people. So anyone that's still disputing for this world, still disputing for the so-called white man, still saying that those people over there are the real chosen people, you're bugged out.
That's right.
Because the Lord has made it a point to put a reprobate demonic spirit on them. And if you can't see from 2020 until now who the devil is, then the Lord ain't dealing with you.
For real.
And then they want to point the finger at Jake. Which, okay, the 2/3 are wicked. We've been saying that. You so-called white people stole black fatigue from us.
Yeah.
We've been had that.
We've been talking
We've
about
been tired of
2/3.
talking about niggas, man. Walking around how looking and acting stupid and silly and simple. We've been. That's a part of our gospel is for them to stop doing that. Telling them that they're going to be destroyed. But when you look at your history and what you've done to the earth and your fault, it surpasses what the 2/3 are doing.
Exactly. And that's where you talk about, racism and prejudice.
Right.
Yeah, we're for our people, you for your own people, but y'all can never point the finger at these people.
Right.
Because you guys have the authority to legislate your biases.
This is the byproduct of
Right.
real wickedness,
Right.
man.
Yeah,
This is more excellent than they
Yeah.
the wicked seduce.
You the one that got authority to legislate your prejudice, to legislate the scriptures talk about they form mischief by law.
Yep, right.
They're able to legislate all the bullshit that they feel towards these people.
Yep.
So you can't play the victim and act like you ain't getting a fair shake. The small hats took your portion of the pie. And y'all both gonna get judged. So most of y'all just two-time losers, man.
Right. And this whole thing of white supremacy, it benefited you everyday Americans in the like
time.
The 50s.
After World War II,
Yeah. After World War II, what year was that? Like
been going into the 50s.
Yeah. 50s.
World War II was over like 44.
Ended 45, 47.
But we're living in a time where that doesn't benefit you, regular so-called white people. When you look at these videos where people are complaining, who's doing the majority of the complaining? Edomites.
The golden era.
Okay, it's Edomites that are calling out the leaders. It's Edomites that are broke. We got better jobs than you Edomites. You see, you Edomites are losing, man. So to sit up here and act like the reason you losing is because of this one group of people who you call minority is crazy to us, man. Okay, but we're gonna see if it works for you. Where we at?
One last verse. 1 Corinthians 1:21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
The world by wisdom, this world science doesn't acknowledge Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, this world science undermines Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay, and it's not real science. Because what does science mean? To know, knowledge. What do people learn about the Most High in this world? What do they learn about a Big Bang?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're walking around here believing that all of this came from a Big Bang, most likely you're not gonna fear the Lord.
Hell.
But you got people who go to church every Sunday and they believe that shit.
Yeah.
They don't believe in the beginning, the Elohim, through the guidance of the Most High, created the heaven and the earth.
Complete order came from nothing.
If it is a guy, he didn't know what he was doing. He got all these mistakes.
Like it's
Right.
just something
He done made all these mistakes. Like,
Yeah.
like he's a bumbling. Like they want to make it like the Lord is an idiot. Like,
Right.
come
Well,
on,
the
man.
reason that there's so many mistakes and mishaps is because of sin, which that's what you Edomites represent is sin. And you're not going to fix this environment on earth by technology and science. Righteousness is needed. Order is needed, man. Okay, and that's where Yahweh Shai comes in. The scriptures say the power of the earth is in the head of the Lord, and in due time he's going to set over one that is profitable.
That's right.
We're not living under a profitable rulership. Okay, we're living under a bunch of sickos, man. And it only gets more and more devious and wicked when you deal with these people, man. They're oppressing the hell out of the people. Okay, now your electricity bill's getting ready to be higher.
Man.
Your rent's already getting higher. Gas is getting higher. Food cost of living period is just high.
It costs more to buy a damn used car than a new one now.
Right.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Right. But you got billionaire companies and corporations ruling over your ass. Okay? When it come time to give money to the small hat, when it come time for war, they got trillions of dollars.
Yep.
But when it comes time to fix the earth, they don't give a damn, man. So they're not a profitable ruler, man.
That's right.
Their science is actually folly.
The wisdom of wickedness is not knowledge, or the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Loosely paraphrasing it, Sirach 20. But I'm gonna just finish this off back in 1 Corinthians, in the last part of 1:21. It says, "It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe." Because this is foolish to this world, but this is pleasing unto the Most High, man.
Right.
Because this is inspired from the heavens, man.
Right.
Okay.
Yep, it's an ancient lot. So in this world, it's foolish.
But this message is gonna heal the world ultimately, man.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep, and then what we're saying is foolish to the world, because we go to the word foolish, the root word is mysterion,
Right.
which means what? The secrets, mysteries.
Yeah.
So to come out here and declare the mysteries before everybody, people are like, hell nah.
Right.
So you telling me a big gigantic ship, well, it pleases the Lord that we're foolish enough to come out here and really say that.
Yeah, we believe in the mystery.
The angels are the so-called black men.
Yeah.
That sounds foolish to this world. America, from north, south, east, west, is going to be totally obliterated.
Man.
All of these things are foolish. You gonna say something?
Yeah, just like it says in Matthew, it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
To them it is not given.
Right.
They don't have the vision to see it, man.
Right. And where there's no vision,
People perish.
people perish.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of Jake walking around calling themselves FBAs. Well, what's the prophecy of F Foundation of Black America? What's gonna happen next? Is how you gonna get your land back? If this is the Holy Land, this is the Promised Land, this belongs to us. How you gonna get it back? What you gonna do?
Jake came up Wednesday with that bullshit. First off, we're going to be delivered from the North Country where all 12 tribes are oppressed together.
Right.
How are we going to be delivered from this place and then brought back to this same place?
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
Right. Jake don't want to give. Jake tasted that McDonald's, and they didn't want to look back. Well, the Lord,
And them Atlantis
you're not gonna
niggas.
be here
Yeah.
forever,
Them
man.
niggas
This place
in
ain't gonna be here forever, man. The Lord has something greater for us, man. This was a punishment. You see, America was a punishment, and for prophecy, it said that America is going to be a memorial of what happens to those who rebel against the Lord, man.
That's right.
Okay, you listening?
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon.
All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 3. It says, "And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision."
And you could see, you could feel that in the air. All right, like that one brother walked by the New York brothers, the elders out, the brothers out there preaching, and he immediately started yelling, "Y'all were right." Okay, there's gonna come a point where it's gonna be so much hell that even people who talking shit, they're gonna be like, "Damn."
Yep.
Yeah.
They're gonna wish they would have listened, man. And there's gonna come a point where there ain't gonna be no prophets on the streets, man.
GNT so bad.
There'll be no videos on the videos.
Check it out.
It's good.
It's real good.
Read it.
All right,
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 in the GNT. It says, "On that day, someone righteous, the elect man, full of confidence, will stand before those who oppressed him."
Right, and confidence,
with faith.
Faith.
Faith. Yep.
Fidelity with faith. See, that's what it takes to do what we do on a day in, weekend basis. Go ahead.
Full of confidence will stand before those who oppressed him and made light of his labors. They will be amazed to see him safe and will tremble with terrible fear.
Right.
Now in the KJV it says the strangeness of his salvation, because I love to mention the chariots. You mentioned it earlier, that spaceship. That's a crazy far out thing for somebody to mention that.
Right.
But NASA came out and said it a couple years ago. And you made a funny statement when they came out and said it. You said these people didn't even give a shit. They just kept eating sandwiches.
They didn't give a damn.
They still talking about it. Nobody gives a damn.
Yeah, Esau is talking more and more about UFOs. Apparently, they said since 2014, there's been about 8,000
Sightings?
orbs over the Pentagon.
Oh, yeah.
Got a space force.
Damn.
Now, is Esau planning some type of fake alien invasion?
Yes.
I believe so. But we know he also sees something too. Because like you said, he got like a checklist. Like he know he getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
So he trying to do everything in his power to get his birthright back. He's
Yeah.
gonna throw everything on the table, man. And he's gonna do it fast.
Yeah. That fake invasion, because he needs to take control of the narrative.
Right.
So yeah, Yahushua, they know Yahushua's coming back.
Right.
But they want to get ahead of the ball and control the narrative of what's going on.
Bring confusion.
So when they know they got to fight Yahushua, because it's written, they could be justified in doing it.
Get people on board.
People will be behind them.
We do got to fight against these.
Support.
We see it. We watching the build up.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what they're doing now through all of these mass shootings. Okay. People are gonna cry for the need for more surveillance. Okay.
Trained shooters, man.
All right,
Crazy.
you got this. The latest one was a trans demon, whatever the hell that
A
was.
Decepticon.
A Decepticon with a gat and went to and it's when you look at the history of mass shootings in America,
Romans 1.
It's
bro.
Edomites.
Windows and shit.
Every time.
every time Edomites are the ones who go and shoot up churches and malls and movie theaters. It's always been you.
Edomite fatigue.
Okay, so why don't the earth why don't Americans have white fatigue? Okay, look at your politicians, man. It's always some type of scandal. It's always some, it's bullshit. And the average everyday working class just gets effed over the whole time. But yet people don't have. Whenever Edomite gets up there to get elected, people are running to the polls to vote for him.
Wow.
They still trusting these goddamn snakes, man. So where's the white fatigue? Where's the so-called white fatigue, man?
They really the elect. Yeah, we get on our people, but we really just tired of wickedness.
Right.
Y'all say y'all got black fatigue and this, but y'all not tired of evil.
Right.
We're the only people on the earth that are sighing and crying for the abominations being done in the midst thereof.
What about pedophile fatigue?
Huh?
Because here it is, this dude done weaponized ICE and all of these various different, bastards. Right. To wage war on people who are criminals. Well, why ain't they running up in the Catholic Church? Why ain't they running up and finding all of these missing children?
That's great.
Why aren't pedophiles at the threat of if you commit pedophilia, you know, you get the, because now Trump's
be
saying
definitely.
if you commit a crime or a murder in DC, you can get the death penalty. Why ain't that same energy towards pedos? Okay, I get it. The scriptures even say that, you know, eye for an eye, you know, so to speak. If you kill a man, you get so-called killed, right? Or murder a man, you got to die too. And now Esau's getting back into that draconian legislation. But like y'all saying, he ain't really coming up against true wickedness.
Right.
Nah.
That's why it never was an Epstein list. That's why that shit just disappeared.
Right.
But you should be sending them to alligator Alcatraz.
Right. All of those people on that list should be in alligator Alcatraz. They should be publicly executed.
Golly.
Hollywood should be empty.
Right.
Right. Hollywood, that's another thing. It has destroyed damn near every soul we've seen.
Boy.
The music industry, Hollywood, these contracts. Why ain't a war being waged on that wickedness, man?
It's taking souls.
Destroying souls, man. And then all they do is come after all of the drugs and orgies and failure. They go to Oprah, go do an interview.
You got Orlando,
You know what I'm saying?
Cry on the couch.
Yeah. Yeah, go to Vlad TV.
Unsung.
Yeah, unsung. Come on, man. Comedy hype.
Shit.
And do an interview for $2,500, man.
Yeah, maybe your life was jacked up enough for them to make a movie out the shit.
Yeah. Maybe.
That niggas ain't getting no movie.
Oh, man.
All is destroyed. I mean, we've witnessed people get devoured in Hollywood. Yet the earth ain't stopped and say we got to stop this or fix this.
Right.
The Catholic Church, the Christian church, man. Scandal after scandal. That shit needs to be shut down, man. They need to ban the churches from preaching on Sundays, man. Because it is doing nothing but destroying people's lives, man. What are Catholics doing? What the hell are y'all doing? All of these believers in Jesus and all of these Catholics and Christians, and nobody care about righteousness. I'm talking about these are billions of people on the earth that's so-called that Catholic or Christian. It is no cry out against wickedness in this world, man. The true cry against wickedness came from the men of the Lord, man. The righteous man standing in great boldness, man. Now y'all got a problem with it.
Yep.
Now everybody want to open their Bible.
Everybody want to tell you Jesus loved them anyway, so that's the end of it.
Right.
What's
You know what I'm saying? All this wickedness in the world, instead of them saying stop or coming to, you know, the only thing they're trying to stop is the truth.
Right.
That the Catholics have.
That's the only thing they're trying to
when they
stop.
have little boy cases.
See, so at the end of the day,
Set aside
man, the
money
Lord
for it
already
ahead of
setting up
time.
for this spiritual battle to take place first.
I just can't think of it right
You know, and the other they stinking the field up, man.
Yep. You got to think. They shut the earth down over a disease,
That they manufacture.
right? Now, annually, millions of children go missing. Well, shouldn't that be a reason to shut the earth, shut the world down?
Yeah.
Man.
So to hell with these people,
They
man.
don't even put them on milk cartons no more.
They don't
so
give a damn
wrong.
about them. Bro,
busy, bro. How you
school
doing?
shooting is just like,
Doing all right.
you know, a bird shitting. It's like
Yeah.
people hear school shooting,
Numb
they're like,
to it.
oh, okay, another one.
Just
Just,
numb.
you know, just they're numb to it.
They keep scrolling.
They just keep scrolling. Oh, damn, the school shooting.
Okay.
And that's it.
It's like a lantern.
Bite that sandwich and
Yeah.
scroll
They
down.
just bite the hell out of that sandwich.
I just can't see.
They say
Half a sandwich because
I'm
they keep
telling
niggas getting perplexed.
They say approximately 460,000 children go missing every year in America.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Not worldwide.
What's the American population? Like 330 million?
Yeah, 330.
And how much was that?
400 and this is the number they telling you.
Right.
460,000 a year.
That's what I'm saying. But how many, okay, ask them how many they found. How many children did you find out of all those lost?
How many missing children?
And they got Palantir. They got all of these systems now that can find any goddamn thing.
They found Saddam, but you can't find none of the
None of
kids?
the children.
Fuck.
Bro, you got drones. Yeah, you got drones.
Like Ronald McDonald. The legend of Ronald McDonald was centered around a clown that would go and abduct children, man. Now the niggas are the model. You know what I'm saying?
Red Pro.
They know where all those kids are.
Oh yeah.
They know where everything. Esau know where everything is. He just he focused on making us the villain.
Right.
When he got major crimes. If you ever watch NBC on the weekends, it's Forensic Files, right? Since I've been born, it's all been white people.
White people do hella crime. Edomites do a lot of crime.
Insurance fraud, murder,
Serial killing.
all this shit. But I'm
Edomites.
The best shows on Netflix and Hulu and all that shit be white folks getting that bag.
Yeah.
Ozark, goddamn Breaking Bad, it's always Edomites.
Yep. But I'm the face.
But the face of crime.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, every government is organized crime.
Yeah.
That's basically what every government in this world is. How much more
They setting
America?
the money aside ahead of time for
But
the
you're
boycott.
gonna take the camera.
I can't remember. I
and
knew
say,
it.
we-
I know it
We're
too.
gonna wage
You'll probably
war
come to me later.
on Jake.
Right.
It's like that fun.
Which okay,
Me right now.
okay, but now what about you?
Yeah. Talking about Frank Lucas and BMF and all that shit.
Like Frank Lucas was small work
Them niggas pawns,
in the
man.
grand scheme. It's just pawns in a whole scheme, man.
The U.S. military is the biggest drug dealer in the world.
Bro,
Come on.
The Golden
Low-level
Triangle
street
out there in
punks.
Indonesia.
Them street punks, man.
so all of these drugs, all of these guns that you mad at Jake for using, they didn't get there. They didn't just pop up there. Okay? Now, yeah, we understand that Jake is at fault because the prophets are here. So we ain't here to coddle them niggas and come on no Black Lives Matter kick. But we're just here to call a spade a spade. And ultimately, the joy of a hypocrite is only for a moment. That's why you moving so fast to try to establish this new world order, because you know what you saw. You know, you got the technology. You see the chariots. You know what's coming. You hear the prophets. You want to finish that up?
Oh, I read the number already, right? Yeah.
Job 5 and 12. He says, Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right.
And in the fullness of his sufficiency, they shall be in straits, like it says in Job the 20th chapter, man.
Right.
Right when he's making that checklist and he think he's reached his perfection, the Most High is going to intervene, man. Okay.
Right. That's what's going on, man. They're bringing. We've been, ever since our apostles were on the internet when we came in, they were talking about this thing called order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. And that's what it's getting so crazy. You're seeing so much crime. Then you got the news manufacturing crime and putting in the mindset of people that it's not safe anywhere. Okay, which is true to a degree, but ultimately the people are going to cry for this surveillance system to be set up. They're going to cry for the solution to be the new world order. See, and in the grand scheme of things, they're going to lose badly, man, because the elite, when they say you're going to own nothing and be happy, they mean that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And you're already there.
It's already on that level.
How many people truly own what do you own?
People don't own nothing.
Even the music you listen to is rented for the most part.
But they can get thumbs ups and likes.
Yeah.
Even if you,
That's your
got
glory.
CDs like that.
Yeah, that's your glory. Likes, thumbs
They don't
up.
even make cars with CDs no more. So
Yeah,
now
right.
you're all of the music that you really have is you renting it.
On the cloud.
you renting music.
It's on the cloud, and if they don't want you to have it,
Shut that shit down.
and even if you got,
They are killers.
Salaki,
I got CDs. You know what I'm saying?
even if you got land in this place, America's one of the few places, you don't pay the tax on that shit, it's gone. No matter how long it's been in your family. They can take that shit from you. You don't own shit here.
Right.
My brother fucked out the crib. Yup.
Yeah, the house.
That was the play back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Late 90s. On a foreclosure or somebody behind on their taxes. But I'll read this. Job 5 and 13 in the NLT. It says, he traps the wise in their own cleverness so that their cunning schemes are thwarted.
Right, and that's the type of power we're gonna need. Divine intervention, because they have too much power. You see, but see, the beauty of it is that they're blessed with the sword, but the sword is divided. They have the sword, but they don't agree economically. All right, the elites enter into this new world order they're fighting for who's gonna have what, who's gonna have lead the league in AI, and this, you know, they don't agree. And you can't establish a kingdom without agreeing.
Divided house shall not stand.
A divided house can't stand, man.
That's right.
Well, that's why they always went to war. The British versus the French, the French versus Spain, right? The American French wars. They all fighting over the land of somebody else's land.
Seleucus versus Ptolemy.
Right, yeah, the Seleucus versus Ptolemy, you know, the Syrian wars.
That's how America was established, by them saying we tired of being oppressed. They fought for it. But then when we come out here and say, well, we tired of being oppressed, we ain't fighting or nothing. We wrong.
Yeah, hate. Yeah, you preach hate.
Yeah,
But America was established on we're tired of being overtaxed by the British, and they fought.
No taxation without representation.
Resistance.
You see what I'm saying? They fought. They went to war.
Party going in.
And then that birthed the 13 colonies, man. And then through more war and land theft, eventually it became the United States, man. So the whole history of this place is corrupt. Where we at?
That's all I have on that.
I still got Wisdom of Solomon.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we didn't finish.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 4, it says, we fools
I was
accounted his
reading
life
in
as
the
madness,
GNT,
and his end to be without honor.
Right.
How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot among the saints? Therefore we erred from the way of the truth.
Right.
And
that's
the
what
light-
all of these people are going to come to the conclusion they erred from the way of the truth, because following this man's government, following this system, really believing that they're going to bring about a government or a situation where it's going to be just and people are going to be able to live all right in harmony and all this shit they're telling you, it's a lie, man. All Edomites are doing is getting in front of camera cursing out the American dream now. That's the new Edomite pastime.
Man.
That's the new American pastime.
Man.
Americans are burnt out.
Sitting in the car. All of me sitting in the car.
Right, but they'll hear our message and scoff. So when it really collapses and falls, they're gonna be like, damn.
Now they cursing out trans shooters now.
Yeah, now you got a trans shooter. It's like, what's next, man?
Man.
You got Tank Davis fighting goddamn Jake Paul. Floyd Mayweather probably getting there with a kangaroo. Lose, you know what I'm saying? And Esau will love it. That nigga ain't undefeated no more.
Michael Jordan coming back.
Yeah, Jordan versus Pippen. These niggas, they gonna get into an argument, have internet beef, and it's gonna be a Jordan versus Pippen, and they gonna put it on Netflix.
You remember that? Y'all remember that shit? Niggas at each other. Y'all remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yeah.
They doing that shit in real life.
That's the new bag because they ain't no more money. Yeah, you see Jordan red ass eyes, nigga chewing that gum. That nigga delivered done. All these niggas are through, man. Okay, go ahead. And they're all gonna know we aired, man. We went off. We were tripping.
Right.
When they see how good we are, because there's gonna come a point too, as people are starved out and losing. Certain people gonna see us. I don't know how the Lord gonna work it out, but we gonna be good. And people gonna want to, you know what I'm saying? They gonna want to be, but they no.
What's that? That movie Class Act, the guy, he was like, can I be down with y'all? Can I kick it with y'all? What was his name?
Brown and shit.
Yeah, the nigga with the dread was following Kid Play around. That's how these people gonna be. Popsicle, that was his name.
Verse 6, therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness had not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord.
Niggas chose polite. Niggas chose the conscious community over the Lord, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. No water over there. You done went to the Christian church, to being pro-black, to being an Egyptian, to
Apologetics.
yeah. You know? Everything. You niggas have tried everything and lost. So when the Lord makes, when it becomes clear that we were right, which y'all saw that video where that brother walked by and said y'all were right. That's gonna start.
Right.
Wait till we, you know what I'm saying? Wait till
we really right.
you know? And you can feel it in the air that it's really nothing else to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We coming out here, we doing the videos, and it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Brothers go over it. You want to get it, you can get it. But
Right.
really, it's been said.
Right.
To be real.
Right.
What's needed to be said is said. It's out there. So the only thing that's left is for a total domination by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know?
Right. Wisdom of Proverbs. Go ahead.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 41.
Oh, shit. Yeah, let's get into Proverbs.
It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Right, and this is a vision of the end. So as this dream is being expounded, the end of the vision was the 10 toes. And that's that scripture. As a matter of fact, somebody could read it and you could break it down. But basically, it's going into the end. It's the revival of Rome, basically, is what that's talking about. Because the revival of Rome is how the kingdom of heaven would be set up through the fall of the revival of Rome.
Yep.
So that's why it's important to go into prophecy. See, when the scriptures say Esau is the end of the world, okay, that's tied to a kingdom known as Babylon the Great, which is the revival of Rome. And the scriptures describe everything that will be going on before it fell. So whoever got it.
And we're right here in the revival of Rome. America is the revival of Rome when you really understand it. That's why this place is built off Latin construct, Roman ideology. You know, all those Roman gods that are linked to the gods of the past.
Yep.
And it's pushed out now.
Yep.
Okay?
Everything happening in your government, it all happened in ancient Rome. Okay, from the takeover of the elites, these private corporations taking over, local governments. All of that happened before.
The bread and circuses,
The bread and circuses. We're literally witnessing Rome. The inflation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yep. Even how you Jakes are on the front line of the military. You was on the front line of the military in Rome. Right? Either you was in the military, or you was driving trucks.
Right.
Back then it was horse and carriage, or you was in the Coliseum.
Sure, in the Coliseum.
And then now we really in bread and circuses season. Because football is coming back, basketball about to come back, baseball is going on,
Playoffs
right?
about to-
Then you got the so-called holiday rush.
Right.
So they about to warp speed by going to the end of this
And
year.
all
man.
types of craziness is gonna be going
Right.
on.
Shador gonna fucking get in and win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Right. Shit,
No. All them quarterbacks getting injured.
Right. They need, because Esau needs people's eyes. He know what he doing.
Everybody gonna tune in.
Everybody gonna tune in. You know what I'm saying? So Esau's getting ready to just, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's great. I got that Daniel 2:40.
Yeah, 2 and 40.
All right, Daniel 2:40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise.
And that was what Rome was known for. When you go and study Julius Caesar, and you see the expansion of the Roman Empire at that time and what Julius Caesar was able to do. And he was a general at this time. He wasn't Caesar, right? So he was just a general, and he would be on the front line, right? And so he went and took down the Gauls, right? In what's known as modern day France. And they said he had 1 million people on the right, to the east, and he had 1 million people to the west of him. And he went, fought all these wars, took down all these people. They said, okay, let's go home. Julius Caesar said, nah, we got more to do. Now let's head over here. And so when he came back home, he was a war hero. All the soldiers that was with him loved him. And he was telling all his soldiers, look, when we get back home, man, we set all y'all up. He set you up, we're gonna have this, we're gonna have that. And that's why when they got back, they wanted him to be the top guy. Well, that started off the legacy of what people understand. Now, even before that, the Roman Empire was powerful. Even when you read the book of Maccabees. When you read the book of Maccabees, when Rome pulls up, everybody chill out. Yeah, they kind of like that nigga you don't fuck with in the book of Maccabees. Right? Because it was this rising, powerful group. But by the time you get to the New Testament, it was over.
Fourth beast.
It was that fourth beast.
Right.
You got Tiberius Caesar, Augustus Caesar, and then Tiberius Caesar.
Claudius.
And then you get to Claudius and all that. but what was called Pax Romana, or Roman peace. This is when their military conquered everything in all the major surrounding areas, and they had what's called tyrants, right? Where you take somebody down, take one of their little boys, you raise them up, you teach them Latin, and then you set them up as leaders.
Right.
That was Rome. That was that iron, man, that military power. Go ahead.
Right. It says, verse 41.
And for you guys that are just now getting here, if you're not going back and studying these, looking up Roman documentaries, what's the name of that? There's a page that just basically goes over conquest in history. One of you brothers, man, brother
I used to watch it.
It's like civilizations. Yeah.
Like wars and civilizations.
Yeah, something like that.
Gabori Howard, if you watch it, I know he'll find it. Research it, right?
Yep.
And then post it. But there's one that it's like documentaries on all that. You need to know that stuff to really understand these prophecies and really how they pop. Okay?
I'm subscribed to it.
You got to get into it. Yes,
Second Esdras chapter 11 and 39. Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts whom I made to reign in my world?
That's Rome.
Right.
That's the Roman Empire, that fourth beast. Go ahead, champ.
That the end of their times might come through them. So the end is going to come through the revival of Rome.
Revival of Rome.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression, and so long dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
Boom. And so when you understand it, when you go here into the book of Daniel, and then when you go into like Revelation, the 13th chapter, there's this dragon, it falls and it comes back. It's talking about America. It's talking about this revival of this beast system. It's America.
Yep. It started with the Greeks. It got its power seat through Rome, and then once the Western Roman Empire fell, it came back to life via the Renaissance. America is a child, a product of that Renaissance.
Right.
On that hill.
The
Renaissance, you know.
Right? It's that eighth head that came after seven. When you read in Revelation, the 17th chapter. Okay? You can understand it. And we're living during that. We're in the midst of the pinnacle of end time prophecy.
Right.
Okay?
It says, for the earth hast thou now judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, and hurt the peaceable, and have loved liars, and have destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and have cast down the walls as such as did thee no harm.
Now, when you go and link that with Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, you get understand the expanse of this empire, right? Where they go and take down people, you know. Now, when it comes to America, we all understand what happened to the tribes, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
From the transatlantic slave trade to the taking down of the natives of North, Central, and South America, the taking of those resources and those riches and the free labor, and then not even just that, going across the rest of the world and dominating and infiltrating those other economies, swallowing everything up. All right, America, the American Empire is the most unusual empire in the history of the world, and it's spoken about in the prophecies. It's an extension of what Rome did, times 7.
Right.
Okay?
Colonization. And it was born out of the British. So what America and what those small hats are doing is nothing but forwarding the beast. Okay?
Continuing on. Daniel 2 and 41, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay and part iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Boom. So now we're going to have this empire that has the iron, but it has miry clay mingled in it. So it's got the strength, talking about their military might, but there's something that's weakening it. Okay? And the elder was mentioning that earlier. Keep reading. It's going to tell you what it is.
Verse 42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
It's going to be partly strong and partly broken. Okay? So now we it still has that republic, this capitalistic republic society. It has the military bases and the military might, but it's weakened by that. It's weakened by its political system. You have its military might, but then you have like a political system that it goes by that makes it weak. Go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
They're going to mingle themselves with the seed of men. And so that's what you see with this American empire. That's why you have this international corporate governance that's happening. And you got people with different agendas wanting to do what the hell they want to do. You got some of the international bankers over here. They want to do this with the MOTB. You got some of the international bankers over here. They trying to do this with the MOTB. They still all want the MOTB. But who's going to run and control how the markets are ran? That's where you're going to see a lot of this infighting.
Bro, remember Chief Ephraim asked that question. Who will bring the chip?
Yeah.
They don't agree. Well, of course they don't agree. But
Yeah.
all of them do agree to bring that chip.
They all agree to bring the chip. They all going in that direction.
That's how it's going to be implemented.
But who, what, they going to fight over. That's power, man. That's ultimate power over people, man.
It's going to get done. They're just arguing about how it's going to be done.
Right.
Yep.
And they're not arguing openly.
Yeah.
They all shaking hands and smiling in each other's face.
Yeah. Well, some of the arguments, like, when America meets up with the EU, they're arguing back and forth. Trump is telling them he's going to pull out of NATO. So a certain back and forth happening openly, but really, all of these motherfuckers agree on bringing that chip.
That's just political theater.
So, but they are divided. Okay?
It says, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. It's talking about that division.
Just like iron is not mixed with clay, man. So you have this military might, right? But because it's not a cohesive unit, it's all over the place.
Right.
Easily infiltrated, right? And taken down. They say there's Russian spies, there's over 10,000 Russian spies in key critical United States military infrastructure. And then 10,000, sleeper cells. That's just up in there. That's not to mention all the other nations. Okay? Go ahead, Chad.
Or you want to continue going?
Keep going. Is that it on it?
I think that's pretty much the
No,
one.
read down.
Keep going. Daniel 2
Let me see.
Yeah. I just read 43, so I'm in 44. Daniel 2 and 44. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High, or
Well, let me read this in the GNT. Daniel 2 and 41 in the GNT. You saw also that the feet and the toes were partly clay and partly iron. This means that it will be a divided empire. It will have something of the strength of iron.
Right?
But because there was iron mixed with clay, so ultimately it's going to be divided.
Yeah.
They got the sword, but they
They're gonna battle against each other, man. Okay? And it talks about what is that? Those three horns in Daniel 7 or something like that.
Daniel 7.
Daniel 7. It talks about
like
that.
8.
Now go over to Revelation 17
Right.
and read about those horns. The 10 horns hating the whore. Pull it out,
Somebody wanna grab it?
real quick, just to highlight the point, and then we can move on.
Revelation chapter 17.
Because we get into this part of the prophecy, man. Once they get ready to issue out this MOTB, which they doing,
keep peace.
okay? You got all these nerd weirdos like how y'all call, what y'all call his name? Kill Hates. What's his?
Gil Gates.
Kill Bates.
Gil Bates.
I can't make up the names like
Kill Bates.
right?
Oh, truly.
Then you got Elon, Iron Man.
Right.
They all pushing this stuff, bro.
Phony starts.
Yeah. Phony stars.
Phony Starks.
They're at the forefront of running government policy, which is insane. Okay? Insane. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast,
Yeah.
these shall hate the whore.
Right. So those 10 horns that are linked with the beast are different nations that are making money with this global economy, man.
Europe, yeah, EU.
Different EU nations. And they all have militaries. Some have nuclear power, some don't. Okay? But the point is they have might in the earth. Go ahead.
These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked.
Now, when you read about this whore, now this is where you get Christians. Anytime y'all got Christians that want to run up on the camp, just make them answer these questions. Who is the whore that rideth upon the beast? Who is that talking about? Who is that?
Antichrist.
Who is that? Explain. Who's the whore that rideth upon the beast? Okay, the whore is the Antichrist. Who is the beast then? What is she riding on? What is that beast? What is it? These are the questions you ask these Christians that want to come up and talk to you about Galatians, the 3rd chapter.
Right.
Over and over again. No, we're not talking about Galatians, the 3rd chapter. We're going to talk about Revelation, the 17th chapter. Who is this whore that rideth upon the beast? Right? This one thing that Christians won't do is answer these. Y'all brothers are good, man. How y'all doing, man? Yeah, that whore that rideth upon the beast, that's talking about America, man. She's dictating how this system goes.
Right.
She's pushing out there the agenda of idolatry, Satanism, wickedness on the earth.
Yep, and all of these wars, like you look at Afghanistan, Libya, who aided America in doing that shit? The beast. The EU and NATO aided. They were even what the small hats are able to do. Who's backing them? The sword of the beast. So they basically the America rides the beast, and America is used as like a hammer of the earth to basically go throughout the four corners of the earth, plunder and shit. But they have the aid of these European countries, NATO, Turkey's up in there. So they're able to just do what the hell they want to do. They're able to just dominate. But a lot of these European countries are coming to the conclusion, us working in the interest of America is putting us in a bind.
Mm-hmm.
So they're arguing back and forth. You know, they don't agree. They're trying to fix their economy because Europe is a shithole right now.
Complete shithole, man.
You know?
Go over there and everybody's complaining.
Everybody.
Yeah. They're complaining about the government. They're complaining about America. They're complaining about the powers that be. That's why they make better movies, man. If you want to watch a good dystopian movies, it be coming out of Europe.
You're right about that. That's crazy.
You know, Children of Men, all those type of movies. You know, and even all the dystopian movies, and you find who the actors are. I mean, British actors,
Right.
Australian British actors, because they see a system that's failing. Right? So when you listen to the so-called white man, he has a legitimate argument about the downfall of his empire.
Yeah.
Because it's happening.
Yeah.
And he's like, no! Stop! Blame the niggers.
That's only gonna work for so long.
You know.
That's the move. That's the move.
You know, you got these Edomites. They got us divided. They got us pointing the finger at the blacks, but really it's fucking them, man.
Yeah.
You know, so it's getting ready to be all-out chaos in these streets, man.
Yep.
In Europe too. Okay.
Yep.
I was saying, Eminem called the United States of America the divided states of embarrassment.
Right.
Like years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that sentiment.
Yeah. He was
what-
high, he said.
That's what I'm saying. So now you got all these people crashing in their car, echoing that sentiment.
They crashing
Does it
out.
sound good?
And they always in the car.
They always in the car complaining.
That let you know they probably finna go into work or they just got off.
And they're gonna do it in September. They're gonna do it, in, you know. It's going down, brother.
I can't afford my insurance. I can't afford my family. I can't even buy tea.
Shit, they car is their house actually.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Jake not doing that to him. They can't put that together. We not up there. You ain't get fired because of Jake. You get fired because of the white man.
Well, see, you got a lot of these Edomites. They voted for these policies to get all of this DEI You know, but a lot of the DEI benefited Edomites, man.
Yeah.
So they pretty much voted for their own goddamn demise.
Stupid.
The veterans, a lot of these veterans are Edomites.
Yeah.
And the policies are fucking over them, man.
And media is what you see.
Yeah.
They only showing niggas. They ain't showing a rich CEO
Yeah.
writing a contract to fuck over people.
Yep.
They showing a nigga fighting at the grocery store.
Right.
Or, you know,
They going to
Usual
Right.
suspects.
fighting over chicken.
Yeah, they showing a
tenders.
cruise and niggas fighting over chicken tenders.
yeah.
So people are they're able to make that the center of
That's their
people's
perception.
of why the world is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's fighting because look at what these Negroes are
This is the
doing.
way these niggas gotta go.
Okay?
So the promise to wage war on them, that kind of numbs the pain for a lot of these Edomites.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sign up for ICE.
Yeah.
Mind you, white people are way worse than that.
They through.
See, people ain't being. You see, Jake don't. White people be doing the same shit, same rowdy, ghetto.
Yeah.
Bro.
White people do the same thing. It's the same thing. Anybody been around so-called white people? They be doing the same shit. Worse. White girls are hoes. Oh, y'all, they make Keisha look like a saint.
Horse. Horse. You gotta put the R on it.
Yeah, Keisha can't
Oh,
keep
they told Keisha. That's where Keisha learned, the white woman.
Yeah,
Can't keep up with Bethany.
yeah, terrible sluts.
Especially
Right.
these Edomite wives,
Oh,
Boy.
man.
they will fuck anybody.
Yep.
Oh man.
They go on vacation, cheat on it. Their husband sends them off and cheat on them.
Yeah, because he tired of her.
Yep.
Isn't that
You
just a
seen
thing?
Al Bundy?
Was it something trending on YouTube about this white woman sleeping with 100 niggas in one day?
Yeah.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
That's
They do.
She been praised for this shit.
That's the natural state of an Edomite woman.
In one day.
They're just whores, man.
Extreme whore.
You know?
So, man, but
Sport fucking.
perception is reality.
Right.
They put it out there like, oh, it's just, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Meanwhile, so-called white people be doing the same goofy shit.
Right.
Okay?
And now you see them getting back into their statistics. Once you see the so-called white man start pulling out statistics, you know he's getting ready to crash out. He's just getting ready to say, fuck it, nigga, you the problem.
Somebody on the comment board said it was 1,000 in a day.
I thought it was
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was 1,000.
Talking
God
about,
damn, that's
yeah,
nasty.
yeah,
white dick.
Yeah. One of them, like, got rich. You know what I'm saying? One of them, like, got rich. Something. She did an interview with Andrew Tate. I'm like, what the hell is this?
But Trump ain't come out with no
she didn't
executive
know what the hell she was talking about. But no, Andrew Tate was basically like they was agreeing on everything.
He was trolling,
yeah. See, I remember that. Andrew Tate would say something slick. She was like, "Yeah, you're right. I ain't shit, and I don't want to be shit."
Yeah, and this is somebody that's able to, like, just screw a bunch of men and get interviewed.
That's insane.
What world do we live in, man? So you so-called white people ain't just this angel flying off into the night helping and just loving white people. Nah, man, y'all are sick, man. Look at what the small hats are doing. That just gets undermined.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop. Right. The brother GMS increased truth put Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. So all these geopolitical, geoeconomic alliances that people see out in the world are going to fracture and break. Because one thing anybody that's dealt with Esau knows, he'll say something to your face, but be lying hard as hell.
He be lying like a motherfucker, man.
Look at Jerry Jones. Right?
Jerry.
This nigga's in the media right now for this deal with Michael Parsons, right? The media was asking him a question like, oh, so you've been wanting to trade him all along? He was like, why would I tell you that I want to trade him? Like you guys did what I needed you to do. Thank you very much. Why would I make his value go down by saying I want to trade him? So basically, he told the media, I don't want to trade Michael Parsons. He's going to be a Cowboy for life. But he was but in the background, he was looking for the best deal.
Sean Sullivan.
But that's Esau.
Esau. And venison.
Don't take it personal. It's just business, brother.
He told the reporter, "Thank you for writing."
And thank you for writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like him. Because he's an old school cracker. Right? So Esau is the ultimate wheel and deal, but
Deceiver.
hey, don't take it personal, brother.
You'll
It's
sell
just
your
business,
fucking used lemon, man.
Right?
Yep, I got this. Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer
That's
than
why
oil.
when you deal with Esau out in the world, and it's a lesson to you brothers, man. You gotta understand who he is. You can deal, but know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Don't get bit by a snake. You think you pet the snake and get bit.
We'll pity a snake.
Look what he did to Eve.
Exactly.
my
Know what
friend.
you're dealing with. And a lot of these Israelite groups forgot who Esau is, and they gonna get a rude awakening in that time.
501c3s. You ain't gonna win with that.
Yeah.
Just look at the stuff they're starting to teach. That gotta be them deals they took.
Yeah.
They taking turns.
That whole black fatigue thing, they gonna take that and run with it.
Oh yeah.
You know, they might create a black fatigue law
Yeah.
where you have the right to shoot an annoying nigga.
Right, if he's sagging his pants,
Yeah.
if he's looking suspicious, you can tackle him.
Yeah.
That shiesty mask
If he
on.
wiggles
You can
around,
tackle
shoot
him.
him. Looks the slightest bit
He got a hoodie and a shiesty on. It's
Right.
90 degrees outside. Yeah.
Esau don't like you, man. They might pretend like he like you and they set you up, give you some money,
Dance to your trap music.
you know, let you smash his whores. But he don't like you, man. Okay?
Yep, he's figuring out that his empire is crumbling. His seed is low. Okay, although they try to call Jake the minority, Esau knows that they're being out fucked. Excuse my French, right? They're not reproducing.
Outbred, yeah.
And a lot of these Edomites know they got the white hate theory, but they know that they're becoming a minority.
Right.
Okay, so they gotta hurry up and do something about it. A lot of this stuff that Trump is doing, talk about bringing back the family, really that's for Edomites.
Yep. But what's so weird about Esau is that they are so gay that instead of producing more children, they want to kill people.
And just bring robots.
Right. Like because we're decreasing, we need to kill y'all so we can be even. Instead of just producing more babies.
Easy.
Right?
Do what your forefathers did.
You know? That's just how they are, bro. That on that?
Well, Obadiah verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
Right, so when you read in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it talks about the shameful spewing. So here it says, I've made you small among the heathen, meaning look down like, no, people are starting to look at America, its power, its infrastructure as less of a threat because it's able to be infiltrated. Okay? If I can jump in your tank and turn it around on you, you less of a threat to me. And so this is what's happening. Okay? What you got, Rob?
I got one.
I'm up there.
Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. For as like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Now, since the time of the civil rights movement, Esau has been able to use the deceitfulness of his words to manipulate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to thinking that you free, you equal, you have the same level of opportunity. If you pull yourselves up by your bootstraps, you could be, you got niggas on these podcasts, earn your leisure. Right?
Everybody's a financial guru now.
Now everybody's there, buy this stock.
Buy real estate
You
here.
can get rich. Meanwhile, they're not making no fucking money off the moves that they making. They making money off the YouTube page that you
That's
clicking
exactly.
on. Then they're investing that bread,
Yup. Patreon and all that shit.
right? They're making money off social media, and you paying. Then they can take that bag and go do something with it.
Yup.
It's not because they went out and put and just had a bag that they earned. The bag that they earned was your interest in the topic. Don't get it twisted. All these guys these stock gurus, they make their money in the market. They make their money off you clicking. Then they took that money and put it in the market. That's easy work. I can shit. Give me $1 million. I'll flip
I
that.
gotta put up my own bread.
Right? We can put that here, here, and here and let it work.
Easy.
Simple. Right?
I'll teach you how to stand.
But if you want to, you know, I started my own trucking company and I did this, and bro, listen, you gonna be grinding. This world ain't for you, bro.
That shit's done anyway.
You're not gonna get the same type of credit score. You're not gonna. Everything is against you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and it's just true. It's not being a victim.
Nah, right.
It's just understanding what it is.
Facts.
Okay. And if you're not keen on certain aspects of the market, you'll get ripped to shreds.
Right, I was gonna just ask. We don't get the same access as they.
No, not even
Not
close.
at all. Yeah.
Not even close.
Not at all.
Not even close. Right? But
Sirach 12 and 11, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching.
and so that's what I mean by civil rights, all this, and legislation. You know, these so-called rights. That means him humbling himself and going crouching. That's why you got the black woman that's going to be first in line for the MOTB.
Oh, hell yeah.
Matter of fact, she's going to be promoting it.
She benefited
Well,
off
look at with Serena. She promoted the damn weight loss drug. An
She looks
athlete.
crazy.
She ain't say eat an apple. She ain't say this was my workout when I was playing tennis. She said, nigga, just take this. Here, take. But after all of the shit you done put in yourself already over the last since 2020, now she coming with a goddamn weight loss.
And she look crazy
She
too.
look crazy.
Man. So they show her with all the looking fit, but then you see her in regular life. Her face is all drawn in.
Crazy.
She looks weird. You know?
The enemy sucked her high and dry, or it eat whatever the fuck.
She's
that
just an
is.
experiment, man. Look at her skin and all that shit, man.
Go ahead, champ.
DEI.
They put that nigga to the ringer, boy.
GMO, baby.
That's a GMO, baby.
Sirach 12 and 11, though he humble himself and go crouching. We're all into this together, bros.
Well, civil rights.
Yeah.
That was him. He went crouching and gave Jake an agenda to fight for, but the whole time it was a snare. That made niggas worse. Civil rights really F Jake mind up.
Same blood.
That was the finishing touch.
And it was all a bunch of boule sodomites over it. So it was a snare. It led you to Martin Luther. What did he say? I led my people to a burning house. But your enemy the whole time knew what he was doing.
And then the next generation is gangster rappers and ball players.
You got by shooters.
The leaders.
By and trained shooters now.
Yep.
But though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed
Pay attention. Take good heed. Go ahead.
and beware of him.
Beware. Don't just trust everything he say.
Yup.
Don't just go run and take some random jab. Talking about this is good for you. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
It's the same OE.
Yup.
Same OE. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of these fake Israelite groups that's telling y'all that that Esau's all right, trusting what he's doing. I can't believe you had these guys tell you to go get that jab.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
You know?
Yeah, that lets you know where Israel was as far as the hopeful elect in the 2000s.
Yeah.
That drew the line in the sand right there.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
They literally did that shit.
Jake is a homeborn slave.
Insane.
They trust in the shadow of Egypt, man.
This nigga Johanna said, you survived crack, so you could survive the vaccine, you know?
Wow.
That's a terrible comparison. man.
Standing there with the Edomite
It's like,
cops.
why is that even a standard?
They gotta make sure they give you the best one so you can work.
Bro, they doing
He said
videos,
that,
community videos with the Edomite police. As if that's a good thing. Weird, man.
Yep, going off. So the Lord ultimately has put these guys in a reprobate spirit because although they talk this no cowards, keeping the law, they all in league with Esau via contract. If you got a 501c3, you have basically sold the ministry out.
Oh, yeah.
This is why you see them doing these community events, because they have to get the grant money, all right, and basically let the people know that they're doing the right thing with the grant money. It's just another scheme. And all just like that preacher that light-skinned, big, weird-looking nigga just got caught. All of you camps gonna get caught. Esau been watching every nickel. So your enemy is sitting back watching all of you congregations getting in this big money. Okay? It's all gonna come out. Esau never let you win. When you in league with that nigga via contract, he gonna get you.
He got you, bro. That's those smooth words.
He ain't gonna let you niggas student loan debt go by free.
Oh, hell no.
He'll garnish your wages,
He on my
man.
ass right now about that. Go ahead, champ.
Psalms 28:3. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their heart.
They speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. And that's how they get you. These contracts, they smooth words, these situations. Right? All these guys with these 501c3s cooked.
Yeah. Eric cahoots with the devil, man. You made a covenant with death, pretty much.
And like I always say, every nickel better be accounted for, because if it's not, they can come get you whenever they want. They can come get you whatever they want. You selling all them damn t-shirts and rhinestone bracelets and this and that. If you took a little bit of money on the side and went on vacation, and it's not accounted for, they can come get you.
10 times out of 10, somebody did something illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Too many niggas.
Now, even in 501c3 situations, like this one pastor that just got hit with the weird hair.
Yeah.
I don't know the nigga name. I think he got hit for like 50 million.
50 million, yeah.
Showing you if you're misappropriating funds, they can come back and then put taxes on all the money that was coming from.
They said from 2014, so they went back to 2014 till 4. They looked at everything.
Yeah.
And they've been watching his ass the whole time.
They got, bro, all these Israelite groups that are under these 501c3 contracts, your accounting better be impeccable. It better be impeccable. Because you misallocate one group of funds, it can cause all this money that you receive to be reneged on, and now you got to pay taxes on it. Because you're in violation.
That's how they get you.
Millions of dollars.
You ain't gonna be able to say this.
Oh, this brother was over there fucking Ubuntu in Kenya. Talking about they the Israelites. Nigga, that's Ubuntu. That ain't no goddamn Israel.
Yeah. And you think a nigga gonna go that far in the earth with an S curl and not get no pussy? Out of your mind.
Oh boy.
You think a group of Jake go fly to Papua New Guinea and all these different places and none of them we gonna be faithful?
I see you talking about.
Nigga, stop.
24 hours.
I'll go to Mississippi and find some boxes.
24 hours.
Right.
So we know y'all.
They looking at you, rubbing your skin.
Yeah,
You think them proud ass niggas?
They got the wedding video. The woman got the rhinestones on her head, walking, and then after the video, baby, I gotta go to Kenya. I mean,
I gotta go to Kenya.
I gotta go to Kenya.
Right,
I'm an
right.
officer.
Preach the word.
I gotta preach the word to the scattered.
Them niggas really went to
Yeah,
Zulu.
you scattering them.
I love you, baby.
But the Lord is watching too. Because we were never supposed to take the ministry and make it something pleasing to the flesh, man. And that's all you doing.
Yeah.
Hey, shalom. Hey,
Yeah.
Shalom,
So, yeah, so Esau catch you up on all the paperwork, the smooth words, this and that, man. You don't want to be caught up. Read it again how it went.
Psalms 28:3. Draw me not away with the wicked.
Draw me not away. What does that mean? I don't want to get caught up with the wicked.
Y'all shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Boy, they gonna lose.
Yeah, you gonna lose. Go ahead.
And with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts.
This is Esau. You set up your organization, we're here for it's freedom of speech, brother. It doesn't matter what you believe in. Underneath this 501c contract, you have the freedom to be who you want to be as an organization. And these are the tax advantages that you can take care of, that you can take advantage of.
Skip that ass.
This is for you.
Skip.
Yep. He becomes a deacon.
Yeah.
He got a job, right? His job is now tax exempt. certain members of the church, they get certain positions. Now, ultimately, he's tax exempt. Not only is the organization tax exempt, certain people with positions could be tax exempt at their job. Imagine that shit. So you start seeing that money, you like, you know what I'm saying?
These are the different grants that you can utilize to grow your organization. All you need to do is have these stipulations, okay? Just make sure you're positive for the community. That's what you want to be, right? Sign right here.
You're trying to empower you, man.
Yep. Now, if something go down, he could tell your men, you got to show up at this Black Lives Matter event in March. That's what's happening. A lot of these marches they're being told.
Couldn't like what y'all brothers are saying? Couldn't Esau like plant a fake CFO in there? Yeah, brother. Now he ended up messing up the money, and then he
can do anything
just based off what he did.
They can try to do that with us.
I know, but like as far as the money and shit, he just put them in there, and then you cook. You think we need still nothing?
Well, they always have a template. They always have a template.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's stupid. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? They don't give you a template of how to set it up. Tell you, okay, work. These is what people use, such and such.
That's crazy.
You know. Now, when you want to talk about General Yohana, when you want to talk about Bishop Nate, they go back to the old school, so they should know better than that. But apparently, even the old school got infiltrated in similar fashion. So you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. But
the temple got infiltrated.
Right. So the point is, those different things draw me not away, man. That's why you want to stay on the outside of that. Just preach the word.
That's it. Right.
This is the riches.
God.
Okay?
Yep.
Some more.
Go ahead, champ.
Back in Sirach 12:12, it says, set him not by thee, going into covenants and agreements and contracts.
You had dinner with this nigga.
Yeah. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember.
Like Haman.
Yep.
Like Haman. You know, that's a great example of how he wanted to get rid of Israel, be on the top level, push himself up. Okay? Amalek. That's what they do. Go ahead.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. And then it says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast?
Right. So you dealing with Esau, you gotta understand what you're dealing with, man.
Yeah, you pity you a snake charmer. You putting your hand in his mouth, then pulling it back. See, guys, he didn't bite me.
Yeah.
When your ass get bit.
Yeah. When it comes to this ministry, you want to keep that separate from all that as much as possible, man. The most that we do is when you create a YouTube page.
YouTube account, right.
And you basically go into agreement.
You do.
To be able to put the video. That's why brothers got to come up with these dumbass words to try to circumvent the algorithm so the page don't get clipped.
Esau's gonna come down on that, make it more difficult to get a channel on YouTube now.
You know, you can't say what it is. You got to say the snake sauce. Whatever.
That shit childish as hell.
Chicken rooster piss.
Right. Don't take the chicken noodle soup.
What? Somebody like, what?
You gotta put the pieces together. Like, oh, you talking about that?
Little hat, the big nose people.
Yeah.
49.
Right.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you on YouTube, you underneath their rules and regulations. So why would you bring the ministry underneath more bands in the Roman Empire? That's why when you read in the book of Acts, was they doing these formal organizations underneath the Roman banner? No. They were going over to Lydia and them house and Claudia house.
House to house.
To have class, to learn. Going out to the market, teaching people. Whoever was listening, they keep coming. So on and so forth. We are behind enemy lines. Do not forget that. Okay?
I got Sirach 13 in the GNT.
Yeah, that's what they would say.
Yep. If you touch tar, it will stick to you. And if you keep company with arrogant people, you will become just like them.
Woo! You become proud, arrogant. You know?
And they pray for you to fall. Hey, young niggas,
Yeah, that's how you are too.
But I really want to crash out. Think about you.
They don't want you to fall. They don't want you. Yeah, if you touch tar, it's gonna stick to you, man. So if you put yourself around those situations and circumstances, you gonna pick that shit up, man. That's why you know, we talk about this, brothers that's in the camps. Oh, now you want to go hang out with Pookie and them that you used to be in the world with. Okay, we see your mindset. Well, now you want to go get into this and get into that more. Okay, you gonna pick that up. All right, so you want to mingle yourself amongst Esau, what he got going on, and you think you Big Dick Willie financial. We gonna find out.
Right.
Go ahead.
Don't try to lift something too heavy for you, and don't keep company with people who are richer and more powerful than you.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep a clay pot next to an iron kettle. The pot will break if it hits the kettle.
Mm-hmm.
If a rich person wrongs someone, he can afford to add insult to injury.
Yep, he can figure it out and get out that situation. He'll be all right. You can't do what rich people do.
No. Nope. Yep, Jay got them PPP loans.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get bailed out, nigga.
You're through.
Yep. But if a poor person is wrong, he is forced to apologize for himself.
Yep. You gonna be cooked.
Right.
Right, rich people, they know the judge, they know this person, they good.
That's my buddy.
You? Through.
Yep.
Chain gang.
Book at you.
A rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it, but when you need him, he will leave you helpless.
Bro, I've seen that in my face. I've seen that in my face. Be around rich guys, they don't know how to talk to women, whatever. They got you hanging around with them. Yeah, go talk to the women.
Bring the crowd.
Bring the crowd.
Bring the host.
That was always me.
You know, you know what I'm saying? So you can hang. You can hang. If you didn't do it, you said, man, I don't do that no more. I'm chilling. The nigga, why are you here? You don't give me that bottle. Get out of here.
You a Muslim now.
Oh, you a Muslim?
Yo,
You an Israelite now. Okay.
Right. If he needs you, he will trick you with his smiles and cheerful, kindly words. Do you need anything? He will ask.
Yep.
He will feed you until you are embarrassed.
Yeah. Bro, anybody that's been around a rich dude like that, this so
Look at all of these. Look at R. Kelly. I don't know the whole time, people.
Agent fishing
Yeah. They'll manipulate you, man, and take advantage of you. You know? So go ahead.
Finally, when he has drained you 2 or 3 times over, he will laugh at you.
Yeah.
If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and pass by.
Wow. That's what's going to happen to a lot of these people that went into these contracts with these Edomites, and they have these Edomite
Correct,
lawyers. They have these. They have the Becky comes and check in on the building, make sure everything's good. She's the one that did the lease agreement for y'all to get the building. You know, she tells you how much freedom of speech is so beautiful and how much you guys used to be. It just used to be 20 of you guys in here, and now look, oh my God,
Sure is good.
fantastic. They're gonna find, and then when they find a reason to fucking cut you down, you're cooked.
Out of there.
You're cooked. Because these organizations give money to help these 501c3 groups get these grants. They literally get paid. These organizations get paid to help you get grant money, situations get built up and grow. Right? So as you grow in your little 501c3 and you got this and you got that and the people that they're eating off you, man. But let that situation go haywire. You're cooked. So we're gonna see a lot of these large one West Israelite groups. When it comes time to take them off the internet and scrub them from the internet. Oh yeah. Y'all think that what's his name? The Comforter. The Comforter was just back during the time of 2020. He died of the vid, right? But he got locked up for tax evasion, I believe. And I was calling that too. I was always like, they're gonna get him on tax evasion.
That's how they got Al Capone, man.
Right? It's gonna be the downfall of these other groups that's linked in with Esau like that. But you can't get Great Millstone on that type shit.
Not in the mix.
Cause we ain't got that.
Come on.
We broke.
Good to see you, bro. How you doing?
Bum life.
Broke, five broke. We ain't got it.
I see you, bro. How you doing?
Yeah. Go ahead, champ.
Be careful not to be misled. You can be enjoying yourself and suddenly find yourself humiliated. Alizar.
100%.
Rubbing elbows with all of them demons like that.
No jumper.
Yep. He got humiliated.
And yeah, that nigga did that shit.
Dragon sword.
Yeah, FY.
Please believe.
Nasty nigga. So don't get caught up with Esau, bro. Don't get caught up with Esau and his schemes, and and even in our little menial jobs. Be mindful when you talking with people at your job. Don't be discussing how you feel at your damn job.
Hell.
Especially no damn Edomite. Jake get comfortable, bro. But Esau make you feel comfortable. You're like, oh, he might be a Jake. No, that nigga's a Edomite.
Satan.
There ain't no damn Jake. He's just a country ass Edomite. Because country Edomites and Jake be having similar mindsets. So you be like, oh, it might be a Jake. No, nigga, country ass Edomite.
Satanite.
Okay? Redneck. You know?
Yep. I'm gonna jump to verse 13. Keep your secrets to yourself and be very careful, for you are always walking on dangerous ground.
Keep your secrets to yourself. Stop running. Jake love to run their mouth, man. Don't be just running your mouth where you at. Be mindful who you talking to. Okay?
I'm smart too.
You don't gotta show the strength of your intelligence where you at. Just be, at your job, man. He works hard. And
Just put the fries in the bag and go home, man. Goddamn.
Yep.
Yeah, she said just put the fries in the bag.
And go home.
Put the fries
I'm saying that,
Yeah.
figuratively.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's like a case.
Just put the fries in the bag and go home.
Yeah. Just be mindful, man. Don't be trusting these people out here. Go ahead. Now, if you are getting around somebody that's well-to-do, well-off, you trying to better your situation, you gotta use guile. You gotta be mindful. You gotta know they gonna play games. You're an asset. They want something from you, right?
Exchange is not robbery.
And understand it is what it is. Don't get caught. He ain't your friend.
Well, I'm gonna read this. Sirach 13:9. If you are invited to the home of someone influential, be reserved in your behavior.
Don't be getting drunk. Don't be getting fucked up. Don't eat too much. Chill. If you go to like a rich person's crib,
Turn down shit.
she's like,
Maybe later, you know what I'm saying?
No, I got this. Chill.
It could be a test.
Absolutely.
Damn sure.
Then he will invite you more often. If you push yourself upon him, he will put you in your place.
Yeah. Don't be walking in there like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man.
Right. Will Smith.
Just go and grab and open up cabinet. Wow, what's
Take
this?
a to-go plate.
Yeah.
Trying to grab a few beers. on the road.
But even when I know we're using this to talk about like wealthy people, but also when you might be going over a brother's spot, man. Have some damn manners, man. Some decorum.
Be a nigger at the table. I think they may be somewhere in that same chapter.
If you push yourself upon him, he will put you in your place. On the other hand, if you keep your distance from him, he will not forget about you. Don't pretend to be his equal or trust everything he says. In spite of all his long and polite conversation, he is testing you.
That's Jerry Jones. Man, the Bible talk about everything.
He got everything in there.
It got all the answers you need to go
game.
through life,
It's the game.
to manage yourself
Pure
and
wisdom.
deal. You know what I'm saying? Now, me, I've been in these situations many times. That's exactly what you do. You got to know how to just be like, oh yeah, yep. Don't be trying to like just back and forth, match what they saying. None of that. I don't do that with the apostles, the elders. I don't even do that with Elder Yahshua. I try not to anyway. I might be talking too much sometimes. I get to running my mouth too much.
Trying to outshine them.
But try not to, man. Just chill.
That's part of the art of work. You know, that the leader think he's the, reinforcing somebody that's above you. You don't try to overdo him, basically.
Wow. Yeah, this is beautiful, man. Is that more on that?
Yeah.
Everybody having fun. That's game. That's game. Hey, this is the game sermon. You got game today.
Because Jake don't be knowing how to deal, man.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it.
Yep.
Right.
We all wasn't taught, man.
Right.
We was all taught by TV and music videos and bullshit until you come into this truth. Then you learn game, real game. You know?
Right.
Ancient.
Yep, verse, I'm going to jump to 15. We already read 12 through 13. This is 14. It says, every creature prefers its own kind, and people are no different. Just as animals of the same species flock together.
Yeah, people are racist, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
So people keep company with people like themselves. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like when you were in high school. Everybody, the jocks sat with the jocks. The nerds sat with the nerds. The emo sat with the emo. The crazy Hispanics sat with the crazy Hispanics. Right? People of like mind and character sit together. Then it breaks off into even race.
Wasn't there like a simple example out there in Dubai? Eve trying to get loud with them boys over there. They sat her ass down.
Yeah, you ain't from here, ho.
Prison, went right to fucking prison.
She thought she could do that American stuff over there.
Yeah, no, brother. She was in the wrong. She understand what enemy.
Yeah, she wasn't paying attention where she was at.
Learn the hard way.
Right.
Right.
It says, a sinner has no more in common with a devout person than a wolf has with a lamb. Rich people have no more in common with poor people than hyenas have with dogs. The rich hunt down the poor just as lions hunt down wild donkeys.
Because that's how they stay rich. They stay rich off your consumption and poverty, man. Okay? Go ahead, Chan.
Arrogant people have nothing but scorn for the humble, and the rich think of the poor in the same way. When a rich person stumbles, his friends will steady him, but if a poor person falls, his friends will have nothing to do with him. Nigga broke, man. Nigga went broke, man.
You ain't got no money, nigga.
You got no gas money?
You can please find it in your heart to give me a ride.
Oh, man. So get this nigga a Miller High Life.
You ain't got no money, nigga. Don't go back and watch that. That's inside. Go ahead. Yeah, man. And that's what it's like when you're England and you're dealing amongst people in this world, bro. But I'm telling you, for Jake, these guys that's in these Israelite groups, they want to try to make this ministry some type of corporate entity that's mingled in the world, but they with a Hebrew Israelite twist, is going to wind up being disastrous for them. That's right. You should have never done that. And that's never been the example of what we had going. As a matter of fact, get Acts the 4th chapter, Baba Hushai. Go down to like the last 6 verses. Acts the 4th chapter. We don't have that example. And then when you read in, I believe it's either 1st or 2nd Corinthians, the 9th chapter, it talks about Macedonia and the monies and everything like that and how they were able to fund the ministry. It's never about some type of corporate Roman contract. It's just the congregation that believes, dealing.
Yep, helping each other.
Helping each other, man.
Coming together.
Right? You got it out.
Acts 4:33, it says, and with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Yahushua, and great grace was upon them all.
The ability to teach and spread the word, and it was flourishing in the midst of great danger. Go ahead.
Jake don't see power in that.
Right.
You know?
It says, neither was there any among them that lacked, For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet.
Right. So those that were believers that was in this thing, they brought what they had. They brought it to the table, man. Said, let's do this. Let's go. Go ahead.
And distribution was made.
And we don't even ask for it. I mean, don't go sell your house and bring it over to our feet. Keep what you got. You know what I'm saying?
There was a famine going on back then.
Yeah, but this is an extreme situation.
It was an urgent situation, yo.
The point is, they was taking care of each other. That's how we deal. Okay?
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, Acts 4:35, and laid them down at the apostles' feet, and distribution was made unto every man according as he had need. And Joseph, who by the apostles,
not according to what he wanted,
right? Need. Necessity.
For what he needs.
Needs and wants are two different things, man. You know. Babylon makes
Somebody
you think
just did a lesson on that.
Babylon make you think that they're equal.
That you that just did a lesson on that?
Yeah, I responded to that brother video.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't watching.
I ain't even watching it. This is the spirit.
Go ahead.
It says, and Joseph, who by the apostles were surnamed Barnabas, which is being interpreted, the son of consolation, a Levite, and of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet.
And laid it at the apostles' feet, man. Everybody was just putting in, man. That's how we dealt. We wasn't doing no Roman contracts, doing all of that, man. We wasn't incorporating ourselves with the enemy. This ministry shouldn't be attached to some Roman American construct or contract that can be manipulated and taken advantage of by the enemy. Right?
Yep.
These guys think that they're being more savvy when they're actually being foolish. Okay?
Yeah, please,
Go ahead.
you got one?
Go ahead, champ. Go ahead.
Second Corinthians. Second Corinthians chapter 9, start verse 1 in the NLT. I really don't need to write to you about this ministry of giving for the believers in Jerusalem. For I know how eager you are to help, and I have been boasting to the churches in Macedonia that you in Greece were ready to send an offering a year ago.
So he's right to the Corinth, right? So he's like, man, I know y'all want to give. Go ahead.
In fact, it was your enthusiasm that stirred up many of the Macedonian believers to begin giving.
Yeah, because Macedonia had their hands in their pockets, right? So they heard what Corinth was doing, and so it basically exhorted the church of Macedonia to help out. Go ahead.
But I am sending these brothers to be sure you really are ready, as I have been telling them, and that your money is all collected. I don't want to be wrong in my boasting about you. You will be embarrassed, not to mention your own embarrassment, if some Macedonian believers came with me and found that you weren't ready after all I had told you.
Yeah. Sometimes if they were just like, yeah, we got you, bro, and then ended up not doing nothing. Right? But the whole point is what? We take care of ourselves here, man. I'm writing unto you concerning the contract from Rome that we have for our increase. That's not what it said. We gonna pass out turkeys tomorrow, and Esau is gonna monitor it. No. That's not the example that we have from the scriptures, man. This is a homegrown thing, and if it's not pretty, it's not cute, right? It's out the mud, so to speak, right? Brothers contribute what they can contribute, and we move on. But everybody's taken care of. Something happens, somebody needs something, we figure it out. That way we're not held or we're not culpable to any type of situation that Esau got going on. To the point to where it seems like it affects these other guys' doctrine. Take the jab. Take the jab.
They have a curriculum.
Just
right?
lying on the scriptures.
Yeah, lying on the scriptures. Right? We ain't out here for no stupid ass food drives. We ain't out here for canned food drives.
Handing out backpacks and all that shit.
You know, back to school programs. Send your kids to Esau schools with a backpack. No, we ain't doing that. Okay? We're out here to preach this word. Hasten the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and get the hell up out of here. That's the agenda. And if you ain't for that, you can kick rocks. Okay? Is there more on that you wanted to bring out? That's pretty much the point.
Yeah. This is Sirach 11:33. It says, "Take heed of a mischievous man, for he worketh wickedness, lest he bring upon thee a perpetual blot."
Yeah. You want to say something?
I mean, Esau gonna lead you to your demise, man. You getting in bed with the devil, okay? It says, "Receive a stranger into thine house, and he will disturb thee and turn thee out of thine own house." Like the elder said, now these dudes perverting the gospel, man. It comes with a set of, things you have to compromise when you accept Esau's benefits, so-called benefits. A gift destroyed the heart, right?
Yeah. That's why the scriptures say the election have obtained it, but the rest were blinded, man. You see, I would say all these things that we understand, these other groups seem to miss it. You know what I'm saying? So you know that the spirit is working in that fashion. You know? You got it. Was it more than that?
No, that's it. I read the end of the chapter. This is 1 Peter 5:1. It says, "The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of the Most High."
So feed the flock, does that mean feed them food? What's feed the flock talking about? It's talking about teaching the word.
Yahushua told Peter,
Right.
Jeremiah 3:15. I will give you pastors after mine heart that will feed you.
That's right.
You know?
Go ahead.
it says, "Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, taking the oversight thereof."
Watching out. That's why brothers are constantly doing videos, casting down strongholds, teaching the truth. We just had the brothers did the response to something Captain Zariak said about the mixed multitude being only Israelites. That's not right. That's not what this. No, those were other nations,
Right.
and a mix of all types of situations. The mixed multitude was the other nations that were in there, and the scriptures outline that. Right?
You just go lie on the scripture.
But you're just gonna lie on the scriptures because you think you're protecting the truth. Like because the mixed multitude was there, that means the promise was no.
They didn't get no covenant.
This was a subclass that was there with the Israelites in the wilderness,
And they were numbered amongst the cattle.
and they were numbered amongst the flock of the sheep and the heads of the cattle, because that's how they were treated. You think that in Egypt none of the daughters of Israel married any Egyptians? Absolutely. You think that Jake that believed none of them had Egyptian wives that went through the Red Sea with them? No, bitch, I'm out. He just ate the lamb and then left. Left her, the kids. No.
Bitter herbs all on it.
Now, if you got 300 head of cattle, let's just do 300. That's a small number. Can you do that by yourself? Okay. So you got 300 head of cattle. Let's say you got 4 sons. 4. Can they take care of them cattle by themselves? Probably not.
It's gonna be hard as hell, man.
It's a lot of work. Maybe they could do 300. But you start getting to the thousands of heads of sheep. You thought they was just going through the Red Sea. They was just men. No, bro. They took all types of stuff with them.
Yeah.
So when we read there in Exodus the 12th chapter, what's the context of the situations and circumstances that was going on at that time? People act like all the Israelites were in Egypt.
Trip.
All the Israelites wasn't in Egypt. Was we in captivity in Egypt? Yeah. But every Israelite was in Egypt? No. Right? So when the story of the Israelites coming out of Egypt happened, where do you get a sojourner from?
Your kids
Probably surrounding lands that was they came in and was like, yo, y'all came out of Egypt, Shalom. You know?
Yeah.
Can I do the Passover with you, bro? You know?
What's up?
Yeah. But they don't have no rights or nothing. They was just an Israelite that was outside. And Rahab, during the time of them taking down Jericho, knew about the Israelites in the story.
She heard about it.
You don't think other Israelites that was outside of Egypt heard about it? Think! Yes! That's why these situations were being broken down in the law of how to handle it. Because these situations were happening.
The heathen were there.
The heathen were there. That's why in Exodus the 12th chapter, it literally tells you how to deal if you have a heathen in your house during the time of the Passover. They don't get to eat of the Passover. They ain't a part of it. Right? It literally says that. Why? Because they were there. They were there. Okay? So we have to understand these things when we're breaking down the scriptures. That's a part of feeding the flock and making sure everybody understands through the Spirit what's going on. Okay?
Heathen gonna be here on the earth when we rule. Does that mean they got saved? No.
Bro, during the time of craziness, there might be a heathen that helped bros out. When all hell breaking loose. Let you can stay. Bring you some food. But Jake's so dumb, they were like, get out of here, heathen! You know? So call and read it again.
1 Peter 5 and 2, it says, feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint.
Not by constraint, not because, you don't want to do it, go ahead.
But willingly. Not for filthy lucre.
Not for filthy lucre. We're not doing this for no money. Donations. No.
We got Cash App, all that shit.
Yeah. You don't see that on our page. We're just doing it out of the strength of believing. Out of the strength of wanting the word to go out, man. Go ahead. We're not up here to be fancy and cute. You want somebody fancy and cute, go somewhere else.
Right.
Because it's not about us, it's about the word.
Right.
We don't get no glory from this. The word comes out. Because if you can look past how I look and actually receive the word, that means you might be sincere. Because you're actually listening instead of trying to judge something.
Right.
Right? Call in and read it.
1 Peter 5 and 2, it says, feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly.
Yeah.
Not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind.
Right, so a lot of people, after some time of preaching, they feel like they need to get something from the ministry. That's why they start to set up businesses and things associated with the ministry to fleece you and to grift you. Right? And it becomes more about getting money out of you instead of teaching the word. It becomes more about clickbait, fame and notoriety, instead of actually teaching.
Yep, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life.
That's right. Go ahead. Oh, you got something? Bring it out.
Damn Muslims.
Matthew chapter 10, start at verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. So that's the point I was saying. You don't do this for filthy lucre's sake. You don't do this for a carnal benefit on this side. Because we were freely given this word, so you have to freely give it unto the flock as well. That's when we get as well. You give it the same way you receive it. Okay, we didn't send them checks saying to the apostles and elders when they were on 35th Street. They just put the videos up on YouTube and they fed the flock, gave everything they had to the spirit of power of Yahushua. Just as Yahushua commanded his disciples. You don't it's going to say, I forget how it goes, buy you and sell not, just to paraphrase it. So buy the truth and sell not. Buy the truth and sell not. So you buy into it spiritually, but you don't sell this. You don't sell breakdowns. You don't sell business tied to the ministry. You don't
That's
shake
what Jake
people
doing.
down.
That's what they do. These camps are selling breakdowns. Remember, Sakari is selling a Hebrew name, selling prayer. Nigga, how you gonna sell hope?
And then, you know, Jacob
sell prayer.
Jacob say, I ain't working. I don't want to work for the white man no more, so I'm gonna start a business. And they attach it to the ministry, and they use that as the guise of, well, I'm preaching, so I ain't got to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh.
And then, okay, let's say
If that's what you want to do,
if that's what you're doing is in righteousness, then cool. Because technically the men of the Lord should be taken care of, but the Lord, hey, we in the spirit, like we're gonna do it anyway. The reason that the priests were on the outskirts and pretty much away from everybody and they didn't have no inheritance is because they were doing the duty of the temple. Mm-hmm. So they were taken care of by Israel. 10% of your increase or whatever went to the temple so that they can have, because they had a very important part in us being connected to the Lord. So I get what Jake is saying. You know, leaders shouldn't have to work, but guess what? Sometimes it's gonna be that way.
Right.
You just gonna have to grind, and you can't force it. The Lord has, and you got to be doing it in sincerity. You got a young dude like Alizar get access to money and don't have to work. He becomes proud, man. He becomes a worse. Everything that he was in wickedness now is heightened. But you give the right, because the scriptures talks about there's nothing wrong with having money, but you got to have the right spirit behind it.
that's right.
And you damn sure, and it's good that the Lord didn't give some of us money. You know what I'm saying? It's good the Lord got us with exactly what we need, because we don't check. It keeps you in check, man. Yep. But look at these guys who getting paid on the, getting millions, hundreds of thousands. Their doctrine is changing. They're not really prophesying. They're trying to be cute. They going on all of these platforms, rubbing elbows with all of these people who don't believe.
With demons.
Without no remorse, without any thought. Not understanding that these people are vipers, man. Mm-hmm. These people are crabs in a barrel, literally, man.
That money magnifies you, man. So if you're not in the right spirit, you're just going to magnify that wrong spirit in you that much more.
Right.
Riches are not comely for a nigger.
Right. You walking into Jacob's Trouble and whack 100 and got your number. That just don't match.
And all he do is talk about how he can get you.
Yeah.
I know niggas everywhere.
Right.
When he got beat up like butt and stripped butt naked, man, by some.
Well, he pulled out his wallet one time in a damn Fed symbol show. And he tried to sweep that under. A lot of these Vlad TV, Adam, all these news are agents, they're feds.
Informants.
Yeah.
That's the new bag, the podcast world, man. The rap game's over, Hollywood's over, podcasting is pretty much the new world, man. And Satan got his hand all up in that shit, man. And you trying to be cute. I want to get interviewed. You know what I'm saying? You looking at Michael Jai White get interviewed, you like, man, I could do that and bring out the truth.
Right, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? And you go on there looking stupid. You don't bring up your Howard shot not one time.
At all.
If anything, you'll say Christ. You don't bring up no prophecy. You don't bring up the Lord's plan to destroy Babylon. You just on there, when I was little. Nigga, shit, who gives a fuck?
Talking shit with them.
Who cares? Who are you, dog? We're nobody.
And I had got shot.
Yeah.
That's the claim to fame.
What the fuck?
Imagine the manhood.
So the Lord is giving these dudes over to their own ruin. And we're sitting back, like the scriptures say, I will laugh when your calamity comes. We're laughing at these dudes. You dudes are tripping.
1 Timothy chapter 6, I read verses 8 to 10. And having food and a raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
Right. So the Heavenly Father gives us what we need. You may sit and mull on what you want, but then you lose appreciation for what you need. And what we have is our daily bread. The Lord